What's up guys, Ryan here from Mudgunner, and today it is Viewer Builds episode 32, and we are kicking it off with some pretty cool guns. So the theme was, Harley's drinking water, sorry, my dog's drinking water in the background. The theme was movie guns, TV show guns, or video game guns. I think we mostly got movie and video game guns, which is awesome. These are my inspired guns. So this right here is from the Terminalist. It's a BCM Recce 14.5 inch barrel. We got the Cloud Defensive Owl, the Aimpoint T2, and then we got some other stuff. And then we got the Winkler Tomahawk, which is awesome. And then right here, we have the Serbu Super Shorty. This was used in a variety of stuff. So you have the Purge, I don't remember which one. I think it's Election Year. Yeah, Purge Election Year. You have the Terminator, the one with Sarah Connor and the girl Terminator. I don't remember which one that was. And then you have this in Punisher, the TV show with John Bernthal. He was born to play the Punisher. So I like that the Serbu Super Shorty's in a lot of TV shows and movies. But yeah, so that's my clones from that. I'm going to give you guys a hint at next week's theme. And the theme is going to be battle belts. So specifically the belt and the gun. If you want to do, or what I'm thinking about doing, is you take a picture horizontal. Like, please don't take a vertical picture. They don't come out good. Horizontal picture. If you want the gun out of the holster and kind of just next to it, do that. But yeah, just describe your battle belt. Who makes the belt, who makes the mag pouches. Mine is basically mostly G-code. So we have a G-code belt, the G-code Scorpion mag carriers. I don't know who makes this IFAK. This is a Haley Strategic Darter knife. And then I have my Safariland ALS holster, my Shadow Systems MR918. I don't know who makes this part. I don't remember. This is from US Duty Gear. Nice. My buddy gave that to me as a gift, and it holds the, I think this is from Blue Force Gear, this tourniquet pouch, and then we got a cat tourniquet. So yeah, that's my belt setup. And then the reason why I have this laptop sitting on the couch, in yesterday's video, I showed you guys a new MacBook Pro that I ordered and iPhone 16 for the channel. It was just time to upgrade. One thing that happened that I found out, this did not come with Final Cut Pro, which is what I ordered. I've been using iMovie since 2017, which is a free app on Apple, but I wanted to start using Final Cut Pro. It should have some better features for me to make cooler videos for you guys. Did not come with it. So upon further inspection, this isn't even the MacBook Pro that I ordered. I'm not a tech guy. For those of you that might know, if you look in my video yesterday, I talk about all the features this has. Basically, I custom ordered a MacBook Pro with all the top of the line features, and they sent me an off the shelf one. There was a $2,000 difference between the one I ordered and the one they sent me. So unfortunately, this is going to be the one I get stuck with during SHOT Show, which is going to be fine. I'm going to make it work. I don't have Final Cut Pro in here as of right now, so I'll probably have to use iMovie for editing at SHOT Show, but I've made it work the last 6 or 7 years. So we're going to make this work, but I will get that laptop once I get back from SHOT Show, and it'll have all the features that I paid for. So that was kind of a bummer, but always look at what you buy from Apple now because I custom ordered it on their website. So with that being said, let's get into this week's viewer build, video game and movie guns. All right, guys, kicking off this week's viewer build videos, we have this awesome build from James, and this is one I'm actually looking to do myself one of these days. So I'm going to go through his paragraph here. This is my M4A1 from the 2009 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. From tip to butt, it's got a pin and weld Surefire closed-tine war comp. It's a Colt 14.5 inch SOCOM barrel, a PRI folding front sight gas block, an Arms number 50 M-CV handguard, an Ergo pop bottle foregrip, an Arms number 38 SEX AR-10 swan sleeve. It's the riser / top rail extension. It's got a BCM Blem keyhole upper, a Sons of Liberty Gunworks bolt carrier group, a Geisley Blem DDC lower, a Geisley standard lower parts kit painted with Coyote Alumahide. It's got a Geisley SSA trigger, a PSA FDE A2 grip and an M4 stock, a Voltor end plate and buffer tube. I plan on getting an ACOG for it soon. I also plan on building an all gillied up M21. I already built an M14 EBR RI clone because of Modern Warfare 2, but it's based on the real life variant instead of the version in the game. That's awesome. Fun fact, I've never played Modern Warfare 2, but I've seen pictures of the guns from it. They look awesome, and this one specifically looks really good. One of my buddies here in Arizona is cloning the same exact build. So yeah, great job on that, and I can't wait to see when you have it finished. Definitely send it in for a future video once it's finished. So thank you for sharing, James. This next one comes from Andrew. And this is his Scar 16. He picked it up for his birthday. Nice. I'm a big fan of the Scar, in case you didn't know. And he says, huge Call of Duty fan. So it's got a Streamlight HLX with the pressure pad, an EOTech EXPS2, a BCM vertical grip in FDE, a Parker Mountain Machine K2 Plus grip, an Amazon Special FDE rail covers, and sling not pictured, but I do have one. Nice. And then you did not mention your magnifier. I think that is the Hollow Sun magnifier. I could be mistaken on that. But yeah, overall it looks great. So thank you for sharing that one, Andrew. This next one comes from Dane, and he did not provide whether it was from a video game or a movie or a TV show, but we're just going to roll with it. It looks like an M4A1 build here, and it's the front sight post upper. So I'm going to just go through his build list. The muzzle is a Surefire 3-prong with the Warden on it. It's got an Arasaka 600 body flashlight with the Malkov E2 XT head and a Unity gas cap and Arasaka mount. The laser is a D-Ball D2, so that should be from Steiner. The scope is a Primary Arms SLX 1-6 with the KISS reticle. The scope mount is a Reptilia AUS 193 mount. It's got the Daniel Defense M4A1 front sight post upper. It's got a Colt LE6920 lower. The grip is a dye-free Kung Fu grip. The stock is a BCM Mod O. And then the sling is an Edgar Sherman design with the BCM QD attachments. Nice. And then he didn't mention it, but it looks like it's got a Magpul M Pro rear sight, I believe. But yeah, that's a great looking build. And comment down below if this was from a movie or a video game, Dane. But thank you for sharing that one. All right, this next one comes from Daniel. And this time I'm going to submit my Chris Vector Gen 2 with the Gen 1 stock. Nothing too fancy mod-wise. It is inspired by The Division, which is a video game and short movie. Total Recall, the movie, Marvel Avenger, Hawkeye scene, I don't remember that one, Resident Evil, I've seen a lot of the Resident Evils, I can't remember the vector in them, but it's been a minute, and then check IMFDB for a list of movies in TV in every modern shooting video game. Yeah, the Chris Vector's in everything, and it's awesome. So, going through his list, it's a Chris Vector Gen 2, or known as TDI Vector, or Chris Super V in the game world. This one's in 10 mil, that's awesome. It's got the enhanced version with the 6.5-inch barrel. It's got an HB Industries micro comp / thread protector. It's got the Chris Mark V rail, color-filled lettering, HK Parts forward grip, an EOTech EXPS 3.0, and then a Gen 1 stock. Nice. Yeah, I like the enhanced Chris Vectors. I actually got one myself. I got the 45 in like their gray color, which is pretty sweet, but a 10 mil would be awesome. So thank you for sharing that one, Daniel. I like how it came out. All right, for this next one, it looks like we got a beefy ACR. So this comes from Commander Hawk. I bought this ACR because of Modern Warfare 2, the good one. I have an Olight Odin and an Olight Balder S. Ever since a cheap Amazon weapon light failed me when I needed it, now I keep a primary and a small backup light on all my rifles. It's got a Sightmark Low Pro green laser sight. I bought a 1913 adapter for the G36 top rail from a company that went out of business during COVID. Bought the G36 rail from Tommy Built. This was an experiment to see how well it would work as a riser, and except for the massive amount of real estate it occupies, it works great. It's got Magpul M pop-up front and rear sights, an EOTech EXPS2, a G43 magnifier, a Geisley Super ACR trigger. I also have a Scar 16 and 17 as well as a 10 mil Vector, all because of Modern Warfare 2, the good one. He also says, what's your favorite Scar and what changes would you like to see in the future done with the platform? Well, I like my Scar 16 10-inch SBR just because I shoot that one the most and it's sweet. As far as updates, I'll have to think about that, but I will get back to you in the comments of this video. So thank you for sharing that one, Charlie. And yeah, that's a beast of a ACR there. I want to get an ACR at some point. They're just hard to find now. This next one comes from Michael, and this looks sweet. He did not mention any video games or movies or TV shows, so I'm just going to go through his build list here. This is a Zenith MP5K clone. It's got the Dead Air Mojave 9 suppressor, a Surefire Scout Mini Pro, a Midwest Industries handguard, an Emissary Development hand stop, an HK extended bolt slapper, a Midwest Industry optic rail, says EOTech, to me that looks like the XPS2. The EXPS has the quick detach lever, in case you didn't know. The XPS is just the direct screw on one. It's got HK mags, a Midwest Industry butt plate, and then a JMac folding stock with Metal Gear tail hook. Nice. So that one's actually the tail hook brace, so it doesn't look, it's not an actual SBR, it's a brace, believe it or not. And yeah, that thing is sweet. I love the paint scheme on there. And you should comment down below with what movie, video game, or TV show that this was inspired from. But thank you for sharing that, Michael. It looks amazing. All right, this next one comes from David, and it looks like a lot of the picture got cut off, so I'm kind of limited here. All he put in the email is John Wick 2, Glock 26, Glock 17/34, Benelli M4, 11.5-inch AR, and 16-inch AR. That's all we got to work with, guys. So it looks like the ARs are Aero Precision builds. Looks like for the top one, he has a primary arms LPVO. I can't tell what the offset red dot is. It kind of looks like a SIG, but I could be mistaken on that. Bottom one, it's got a hollow sun magnifier, and I don't know what that front optic is. Benelli M4 looks sick. I like the rail on there. And then, yeah, I can't see either of the Glocks really. So, yeah. I am a big fan of the John Wick movies, and I want to clone some stuff from those too. So thank you for sharing those, David. All right, these next two come from Charlie, and I'm going to go through what he said. I wanted to share two of my video game / movie inspired rifles, my Fallout New Vegas NCR service rifle clone, which I've shared before, so I'll make it brief, and then we'll talk about his next one in a second. But the NCR service rifle from Fallout New Vegas, that's a video game. It's got a Delton 20-inch barrel and flash hider, a Surplus M7 bayonet with Cogburn Arsenal Brown polymer grips. The wood furniture is black guns wood with triangular handguard. It's got a Dirty Bird A1 upper with M4 feed ramps and no deflector. It's got an Aero Precision nickel boron bolt carrier group, a teardrop forward assist, I forgot the brand, a JC arms lower, and a Dirty Bird nickel trigger. Nice. Yeah, I remember seeing that one before. It does look great, so thank you for sharing that one. And the next one is his Mini 14, inspired by the A-Team, Cherry 2000, a dystopian Mad Max style movie from the late 80s I highly recommend, and PUBG. So it's a Mini 14 ranch rifle. It was my first rifle I got back in 2017. It came with the wood stock, and I always liked the side folder from the A-Team, but after seeing it in Cherry 2000, PUBG, and Fallout mods, I had to have it for mine. So starting from the tip, it has a Mo Reaper muzzle brake with the hooded front sight. It's got the factory 18.5-inch barrel. It's got an Accuracy Systems gas block with barrel strut, an Ultimax scout rail with Monstrum flashlight and Task 9 red dot as placeholders. It's got the Accuracy Systems heavy gas pipe, an Accuracy System heavy recoil spring, a Cogburn extended mag release, an Accuracy Systems heavy trigger spring, which helped with reliability with cheap hard primer ammo like Wolf and Tula steel case. It's got Tech Sights rear sight. It's got the Samson ATM side folder stock, and then a Live Outside Starry Night 2-point sling. Nice. That sling is awesome looking. And I like all these new stocks they've been putting out. So if you didn't know, you can order these stocks brand new now for your Mini 14s, which is pretty sweet. I know for the longest time it was impossible to get. But yeah, thank you for sharing those, Charlie. I think they came out great. I'll have to look into that Cherry 2000. I've never heard of it. And PUBG I've heard of. I watched the modern A-Team, but none of the old ones. But yeah, thank you again for sharing. All right, guys, finishing it off, we have this M4A1 build. This comes from Meester, and this is a video game inspired build. It's a SOP mod Block 2, aka Sopo or Sopo, it's S-O-P-P-O, from Girls Frontline. I'm not familiar with that one, but all right. So going through the list, it's got the Surefire 4-prong. It's not clone correct, but objectively cooler and worked for overall length. Yes, I agree. That's what I did with my M4A1. It's got the Daniel Defense SOCOM 14.5-inch upper with the RIS-2 rail and SOCOM barrel. It's got a Surefire M952V, also not clone correct, but a better alternative to the WMX 2000 she supposedly uses. I'm not familiar with the WMX, or it's WMX 200, not 2000. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Surefire lights are amazing. It's got the Magpul angled foregrip, an Aero Precision M4 clone lower. It's got the EOTech 553, a Mawtech rear sight. It's got no front iron. Sopo does not use one, or Sopo. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. It's got the Magpul MOE grip, a B5 enhanced SOT mod stock, and then a Magpul MS1 QDM sling. It's largely a standard SOT mod. Most of the cloning is in the color matching. I've cloned a couple other builds from this game, but this is the most interesting one. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a couple more builds from GFL. So I'm looking forward to the video. Yeah, I haven't heard of that, but I'll have to look up the guns from it. They did share this picture of a character from the game, and yeah, I definitely see the build. I think you nailed it with the cloning of the build, so yeah, thank you for sharing that one. Again, that came from Meester, and thank you to everyone else that shared this week. These were a lot of really cool video game / movie guns, and I'm definitely getting some inspiration from them, so thank you guys. Thank you again to everyone that submitted this week. Those were really cool to look at, and I'm definitely inspired by a bunch of them. So thank you guys. And I want to remind you the theme for next week is battle belts. You can send the picture of your build or your battle belt setup to my email. It is sales@atroxco.com. Send a horizontal picture, please, and describe it. I mean, from this, you don't really have to describe it from tip to butt. Just describe what you got. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of these battle belts, and yeah, we need a good amount of submissions for this since there's not as much to describe compared to like rifles and stuff. So thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video.